Pitching and defense gets you to where you need to be, always. And then the timely hitting, of course. Base running, of course. But if you don't have the pitching and defense, you're not going to go anywhere.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and they rise to their feet at American Family Field. A beautiful night, temperature now in the mid-70s. The roof is open. They've got the yellow rally towels out. All loaded up. Brewers down a run. Oh, what a catch! Longoria to second. It's a double play. Oh, my goodness. Evan Longoria saves the day with a lunging grab, and they turn it into 2 outs. A brilliant defensive play.
Longo, he's a great player. He's always been a great player. He was probably supposed to play a step towards the line because of the way we were thinking this hitter was going to attack us. And then he read the ball, a pitch middle away. He took that little jab step going to his left, and it allowed him to get to that ball. And only guys with that intuition, number one, and being around the league for a long time could make those plays. And believe it or not, I think that was the catapult for us to do what we did in the playoffs.
He wanted to be the guy that when the moment called for him, he was there. And that's exactly what he did.
Bueno, yo estaba ahí en el field cuando yo vi que se abrió esa línea, solo cerré los ojos diciendo, wow, estamos corriendo duro para que por lo menos este es lo menos posible, pero cuando vi que la cogió, de verdad que fue increíble. I mean,
it's one of those things where you watch TV every once in a while and the ball, it's a line drive somewhere and the cameraman actually continues going on with the play and then he's got to forcefully come back to catch the ball. We all know what that looks like as you're watching some sort of a game. That's what happened to my eyes.
What a play by the old guy.
And here's Kevin Ginkel. The right-hander takes over. And the first one is Sal Frelick is in for a strike.
This is it. Like, you know, I've watched on TV a lot, but now I'm here. And so it was just unbelievable.
That's drilled to center. Frelick going back, turning and looking. It's off the top of the wall. In to score is Carroll. Pham on his heels. Walker into second. And the Diamondbacks add 2. And it is now 6-3 Arizona.
On that stage, in that moment, to be able to contribute to a win, I mean, it's everything you work for.
Diamondbacks lead at 6-3. They're an out away from taking game 1. In the air, out towards left center and shallow. Gurriel has it, and that's the ball game. And the Diamondbacks have taken game 1 here in Milwaukee.
Winning game 1 puts you into a whole different arena. You are, 9 innings away from advancing. You come to the ballpark with just a little bit more hop in your step. And you know that if you fight the way you did the night before and you get off to a good start, you're going to put a little bit more pressure on them.
After we took care of business game 1, I was like, yeah, we belong here. Like we could play.
Since he debuted in 2019, his top 10 in the majors in ERA. So the Diamondbacks had their ace on the mound in an elimination game.
Great guy for 4 days. Nice, very quiet, quirky, funny. On his start days, get out of his way.
On the mound, the Diamondbacks ace, it is Zach Gallen, Dougie.
Well, Zach Gallen is, a pitcher that adjusts. He's so efficient. He's constantly in the Cy Young conversation.
We got a shot to do this thing, do it, and to go home. We'll have Merrill starting game 1 the next series.
Hit on the ground and through the right side, a base hit. So Yelich with a single to begin. 3-2. And that is ball 4, and now 2 are aboard. And with the roof closed, It's a little louder in here. We'll see if that phases Zach Gallen.
Yeah, I mean, the first inning, you know, did go how I planned it. Obviously, I mean, I threw I think 30-some pitches.
Line drive, base hit left field. Yelich will stop at third as Gurriel fires it in. So a single, a walk, a single, and they're loaded up.
There's a big blow.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Carroll drifting back, wandering onto the track, and he makes the catch. Yelich will tag. Yelich will score. Santana moves up. It's a sac fly for Sal Frelick, and the Brewers jump on top 1-0. And a line drive into center field. That's a base hit. Santana coming in to score. Canna racing for third. And Adames, an RBI single. The Brewers lead it 2-0. Strom out to talk to the right-hander, Zach Gallen.
But I knew for us to have success in that game and just, you know, down the stretch, you know, any games following that, was like I needed to do my job and get us through at least 5 innings.
The kick of the 0-1. Swing and a tapper back to the mound. Gallen will fire over to first. Donaldson is out. The Brewers send 7 to the plate, and they score twice.
Zach is very cerebral. He knows he just cut into a third of his outing. He came by me. He doesn't like to make a lot of eye contact during the game. Even when he comes and talks to me, there's limited eye contact. But in this particular case, he came by me and he said,
If you give me 100 pitches, 110 pitches, like I'll get you 7 innings.
okay, show me. You got it. Do it.
Terang 0 for 1 last night with a sac bunt and a walk. And a swing and a miss. Gallen able to get him.
I don't know if he got hit with the bat or what happened here.
I think Moreno got hit on the follow through.
He kind of goes forward to block it, and because he has to lean forward on the block, it takes his head into the swing path, and they're doing that concussion protocol here just to kind of make sure. But the way he sat down, you know, he knew he was a bit dazed for a second.
Quería mantenerme en el juego, tratar de forzarme, seguir dando el 100%, pero oye, fue un pelotazo, un batazo en la cabeza y de verdad, por más que pude, de verdad, me llegué a sentir mal.
And, you know, this is devastating blow for the D-backs.
And Torrey told me at one point that his wife Kristen one time joked with him, sometimes I think you have more empathy for your players than you have for me. She said it tongue-in-cheek, but that is what Torrey Lovullo was all about.
She definitely said that, and sometimes it makes great sense to me, right? I spent a lot of time around these players, and I love them. I love these kids like my own. And I said to him that, you know, this game is great. It's a wonderful day to be playing a baseball game. But if something happens on my watch and I have an opportunity to take you out of this baseball game and you turn out to be a little bit different 15, 20 years from now because of something I did today, I'll never forgive myself.
Gabby Moreno, who got whacked upside the head on a follow-through backswing from Bryce Terang going back inside the clubhouse. So Jose Herrera behind the plate.
I was ready for it. I tried to keep myself ready, and as soon as it happened, I started getting ready in the clubhouse.
Jose had caught a lot of my games this year, so we were really comfortable. And I was having a tough time the first couple innings, kind of getting into the game plan. So it was almost like a blessing in disguise that Jose came in, and I was like, hey man, I'm give the reins to you. Like, you call, let's just see what happens.
Jose Herrera behind the plate, Zach Gallen. And a ground ball to the right side. Marte on the grass fields. And the first out here in the bottom of the third.
You know, Jose got me through those last 3-4 innings.
And that one is knocked down by Gallen. Throw to second for one, on to first, and it's a double play.
But just being able to jump in there, and it was like when Jose got in there, it was like we didn't even miss a beat.
Pitch. On the ground, Perdomo steps on second for one, return to first, and that's a double play.
For Jose to come in there, I was happy for the team, not only the team, but just him personally, because he worked so hard, and it's good to see him get in those big type situations.
There's going to be a player on your team that is going to do something, step up, step in, fill in, that is going to be a true kind of outline MVP of the moment Herrera was that guy in Milwaukee.
El playoff fue tremendo. Llegó ahí en ese inning que lo necesitamos y de verdad hizo tremendo trabajo. Terminó muy bien con Galen y comandó bien el staff, que era lo que queríamos y pudimos conseguir esa victoria estando él atrás del plato.
Alec Thomas will be the batter.
I did not feel good at the plate at all that series against Milwaukee, and I didn't finish the year very well, and I was still trying to find my groove again.
Then he dove and stopped. It ended up being an infield hit. This one hit the air right field. This one back, and Taylor isn't able to get it, and that one is gone. Just got over the fence, and Alec Thomas pulls one over the wall. The first hit of the game for the Diamondbacks, and it leaves the park in Arizona within one.
He hung a changeup, and I stayed through the ball. And, it was a pretty hitter-friendly park over at the Brewers, so I'm thankful that ball got out.
And that one gets past Santana, broken back roller.
I get on base, Corbin hit a double, Marte hit a double.
Up the middle, base hit. Perdomo is in. Carroll coming home. Frelick's throw is too late. Into second goes Marte, and the Diamondbacks have taken the lead.
I have that mentality always with me. If you get on base, something can happen for sure. And I don't know what's going on, but every time I get on base, like, they do damage, for sure.
Here's Gurriel, bases loaded. And that wild pitch gets past Contreras, runner coming home, tag, save!
Fue un turno importante, ¿no? De verdad, cuando se hizo una, yo dije, bueno, no creo que no es momento como de parar este rally.
In the air, out towards shallow left field, and it'll fall for a hit. In to score is Walker. Stopping at third is Herrera. It's an RBI single, and it is 5-2 Diamondbacks.
Esta otra carrera nos daba como un poco más de confianza en el juego. Siempre jugar como digo, al pegado con un equipo como los Dodgers es complicado, así que cuando salió ese hit me sentí muy aliviado por dentro, ¿verdad que sí?
We had a plethora of guys that could do the job right, and I think it was just a matter of who was the right fit at the right time.
Torey Lovullo going to the pen, bases loaded, and the Brewers try to rally.
While we're waiting for the pitcher to come in, those are some of my favorite times on a baseball field. There's some discussions in there that are unimaginable and priceless. Once again, getting back to Evan Longoria, he turned to Herrera and said, set up right down the middle. Don't give this guy an edge to throw to. He's got great stuff. Right down the middle, the ball is going to be put on the ground. I guarantee it.
And now Willy Adames swing and a ground ball up the middle. Glove by Marte. There he steps on the bag. And Andrew Saalfrank in his postseason debut gets out of the jam, and it stays a 3-run Diamondback lead.
And I think at that point, I felt like we won the game.
That one fouled back. And now the Diamondbacks a strike away. Arizona trying to knock off the Central Division champs and move on to the division series. Seawald has the sign, 0-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and that's it. The Arizona Diamondbacks advance to the division series as they knock off the Brewers.
To finish it off and essentially, finish winning a series was just a gigantic relief.
I remember, and my hair is still blowing. It was special.
Una emoción bien grande porque, como dije ahorita, para eso uno trabaja en todo el año.
And the Diamondbacks come into Milwaukee and win 2 straight. And now Arizona will move on and take on the Dodgers.
Yeah, the mood going into LA was like, all right, we're not going to let these guys beat us up. I mean, they beat us up all year, and their pitching staff is a little down in previous years, so we thought we can jump on them.
The morning of that game, I got up and had breakfast with my wife, and she asked me, she said, are you nervous? You nervous about this? And I said, no, I feel really good about it. I said, we just came out of a very tough series in Milwaukee. We played good baseball. I think we're going to have a good day today.
Well, the Diamondbacks
are in essence playing with house money. The Dodgers can only lose here. If they win the series, they just checked the box they were expected to check and moved on to the LCS.
As a team, at that point, you know, it was a little different than Milwaukee. It's the Dodgers and the history that we've had with them, our players have had with them, our staff have had with them. It's a little different feeling playing against them.
Clayton Kershaw, when he pitches against the Arizona Diamondbacks at Dodger Stadium, it is win day, as you can see by the numbers.
Certain Hall of Famer could be near unanimous.
Clayton Kershaw just joking around. This is really cutting into my college football Saturday.
0-11 for his career, 0-5 with the ERA over 7. But he can do one thing tonight. He can erase all of that in one start here in Game 1.
Yeah, homie had a good run, but certain things can be undone. He getting old like reruns. I'm getting paid by the net ton, cause I'm better than stepsons. Get some, man, can't stop what's meant. What a shame.
Switch hitter Ketel Marte steps in, hit 276 for the season.
Don't stop, but the thought of me does. Haters feel seen cause they got a little buzz. And get this, I'm yet to become, and what's to be